Our next guest makes mindset and mindfulness her life's mission. Not only a mom, she's also a yoga, meditation, and mindfulness instructor. Calling from her experience and education in both psychology and art, she has built an incredible business called Mindful Nice, creating products and lessons that help many to live a mindfully nice life. Her Mindful Minute activity cards have been purchased by over 10,000 customers globally and are in over 200 retail locations. With a passion for positivity, she has paved the perfect path. Please welcome Debby Lightman.
In a world that oftentimes feels broken and we feel surrounded by darkness, it can seem nearly impossible to find the light. Hi, I'm Debby Lightman, the owner and educator of Mindful Nice. I'm a psychologist, mindfulness educator, and artist. I'd like to share with you today some of the ways that I continue to smile and find happiness and look for the light even on the darkest of days. Practicing mindfulness regularly is the most powerful tool that helps me through the hard times, because mindfulness focuses on being fully aware in the present moment, without judgment for how you're feeling and what's happening in and around you. It's a way of noticing everything that you do, think, feel, or experience with compassion and gratitude and loving kindness. Mindfulness is a way of life, and it's a way of not going through life on autopilot. It's a way of really exploring and experiencing your life and learning about yourself. You might be thinking, well, that sounds scary. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to examine all of those things. And maybe you're thinking or wondering, well, how can I be expected to greet the present moment when so many things in life, in the world, are broken and so filled with anger and hate? How do we approach that and have gratitude for that and compassion? And that's a very fair question. We're all human, and we experience a wide range of feelings and experiences. And your feelings are valid. Part of my practice is being aware of my emotions, as well as the physical manifestations that arise along with my emotions. So when I'm able to identify and give a name for how I'm feeling, and then examine why I feel that way, I no longer give power and control to those challenging thoughts and feelings. So I'll give you an example. When I'm worrying or if I feel anxious, I just notice it and I pay very close attention to it. I know how it feels in my body. I recognize my thoughts and my feelings in that moment. And usually what I realize is that my thoughts and feelings live somewhere outside of the present moment. They may be worries or fears of the unknown. Those types of things live somewhere in the future. They may or may not happen. We don't know. So focusing on those things isn't really productive or helpful and can really hold you back from living a happy life. I know that worrying can be useful in some ways. It's our body's way of protecting ourselves. So I recognize that too, and I have compassion. I express gratitude to my body and to my mind for that. But most worrying isn't really helpful. Acknowledge, accept, and allow your feelings to be what they are. Life is hard. We can't be expected to always be smiling and happy, but we can find ways to smile and be happy. So don't try to force yourself to stop worrying, because what you resist will persist. Just simply pay attention with compassion to how you're feeling and what you feel worried about. When you do this, you may notice that many worried thoughts and feelings involve what if scenarios. What if this happens? What if that happens? So try a simple shift in your vocabulary, which over time will shift your mindset. Change your what if to what is, and ask yourself, what is really happening in this moment? Is the thing you're worrying about happening? If the answer is no, then come back to the present moment. What is happening? By asking yourself this question, it helps you to step outside of the story that's happening in your mind, which is usually somewhere in the past or the future, causing you to worry. If you're worrying, your thoughts are somewhere in the future about something you don't know yet. If you feel really sad or depressed, usually your thoughts are living somewhere in the past, something that already happened. But when you continue practicing coming back to the present moment, you will find that even in the difficult times, there can be peace in your heart. One way of feeling this that I like to do is to place my hand on my heart and just breathe deeply. and feel the sensations in your body as you're breathing. This simple act of loving kindness towards yourself will help ground you and relax you. It reconnects you to the present moment in the comfort and safety of your very own body. Another thing you can do is to find the people and the things in your life that make you feel happy. And this is different for everybody. I personally find peace and happiness when I'm in nature. So taking a walk or sitting in a field or being in the forest or under a tree or by a lake, this is where I feel the power of the universe and find all of the beautiful things that surround us that we sometimes overlook or take for granted. If I'm not able to get outside, I choose to create. I'm an artist, so drawing, painting, sewing, crocheting, you name it, cooking, even baking. These are all mindful activities that bring me happiness and help me smile. Making connections with friends, spending time with loved ones can also remind you of the good things in life that help lift you up and make you smile. So reach out to someone who makes you happy and tell them, because it will lift them up too. And just as a side note, while you're paying attention to the people and the things that bring you happiness, also pay attention to the people and things that don't, and recognize that you are strong. You have the power to make changes in your life that no longer serve you in a positive way. One of the things that I've enjoyed doing since childhood is leaving little notes for myself and for other people to find as a surprise, just to make them happy. Now, as an adult, I've created cards called pick-me-ups. These pick-me-up cards serve as a pick-me-up for myself, but also for other people. This is something that I created for myself with sayings that I needed and wanted to hear. It's such a simple and fun activity that you can do on your own or with a friend or even a child. And then when you're feeling down, you just pick a card. This one says, "Every day may not be good, but there is good in every day." So you can use these cards for yourself, put them where you'll see them on a mirror, in a bathroom, on your computer, on your desk, in the kitchen, wherever, or leave a card for someone in your community to find. This practice helps spread kindness to others, and it can have a really positive ripple effect that really can help change the world, even if it's just in a very small way. So when we see things on the news or surrounding us, or if we encounter a very difficult and challenging moment, the first thing that pops into my mind are the words that I hear so loudly that I learned so long ago from Mr. Rogers, who said, "Look for the helpers." It's easy for our minds to focus on the very bad things happening around us, and we can get carried away by all of these thoughts and sink deeper into despair and worry. But again, when we practice this slight shift in mindset and look for helpers, you'll find that there are good, loving people in the world. And if you can't find the helpers, you have the choice and the power to be a helper. And that's a really great and powerful thing too. Finding happiness in a world that's broken is not always easy. And I know I'm an empath and I carry and feel things very deeply. Finding the light does take practice. It does take patience and compassion. It involves reframing and shifting your mindset again and again and again. It doesn't make bad things go away, but it does help you to live happier and smile often, even in hard times. Something else that I do that helps me is my gratitude practice. Practicing gratitude is something we hear about all the time, and there's good reason for that. When we see the very bad things in the world, it becomes very easy to lose sight of all the good things. And there are good things, and there are good people. We just have to remember to look for them. Our brains are so amazing. They have neuroplasticity, which means we have the power to change our brain structure just by changing our thoughts and behaviors. Did you know that in just 21 days, you can actually rewire your brain to be happier by simply recalling 3 things that you're grateful for every day? This practice is so simple. It takes next to no time to do, but it has a profound impact on the quality of your life. After a while, you'll find that you're not struggling to think about what it is that you're grateful for the day. You'll just feel gratitude and happiness. I'll leave you with this quote that I love and that I live by. Don't let the world change your smile. Let your smile change the world. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening.